Good morning, my friends. It has been a couple of days since I did a reading update, so I thought it was time. I had a few days where I didn't read. I just, you hit those little mini slumps, I guess. I am partway through the audiobook of Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. So this is like a standalone in the Cosmere, and it's written just like a really cute fairy tale. If you've read the Stormlight Archive, there's a very main character there that sort of trips through the Cosmere, and he's actually the narrator for this story. But Tress is just a really interesting character, and it's got that feel of like a fairy tale. So I'm just having a really good time just kind of like going along with this one. And then the book that I'm reading is actually the ebook, The Christmas Swap. And I'm about 75% of the way through that one. So I'll probably finish it up tonight. It's a quick read. I'm not loving it. It's fun in its own way. It's three friends who have been friends for like 22 years. They've grown up together. They live in three different parts of the world. One's from the US, one's from England, one's from Australia. But they take trips together, like they've kept in touch, the wonder of video calling, etc. And they decide this year that they're going to switch Christmases. So they're going to go visit each other's like homes. So they're all having a separate Christmas, all in a different place from where they actually live. And the concept really hooked me. I really, really liked the idea of it. I think if I was reading each of the girls' stories individually, I would really like them. Like, I think there's a lot of promise there. I think it could have been a 3-book series where we sort of like had the same start of each book, but each book just really delved into one girl's specific Christmas experience, because it's kind of like watching a Hallmark movie, but you're not getting to dive into very much from each one, and they've each just magically met like the perfect, most handsome, perfect guy for them, and like they're having a Christmas romance. And like obviously the last quarter of the book is going to be, what are we going to do if we've magically fallen in love with a guy from a different part of the world? Like, how is that going to work? But there's so much more that could have been explored. And like I said, it's like we touch on little tiny things from each of them. And there's also now some tension between two of the friends, because one of the love interests happens to be one's brother. And like, I just don't feel like there's enough of the book left to really explore any of that, really. So in terms of promise for the story, yes, very much enjoyed. But the actual execution, like, I just wanted so much more. So I'll let you guys know once I finish it how I feel. But right now, I feel like out of 5 stars, this would probably be a 3-star for me, because there's just not enough meat there. You know what I mean?
Good morning, my friends. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I'm not feeling great. My stomach is killing me, so forgive the pajama chic. But I finished The Christmas Swap last night, and yeah, that definitely landed in a solid 3 out of 5 stars for me. And like, it wasn't bad overall. It was just like so much crammed into one book that you couldn't get like deep into any of the individual storylines. So like it kept swapping perspective, and I kept losing track of which girl was which. I'd have to wait until it like revealed where they were, and then I was like, oh, that's the one that went to Australia, okay, and she's originally from, the US or whatever. So I like had trouble keeping the characters straight sometimes. And then I did like the fact that not every romance storyline immediately ended, oh my god, I love him so much and I'm gonna move there to be with him. Like, it did, like, not all 3 perfectly ended that way. So like, that was good, because that would have been, I mean, come on. But it definitely was like if you took a Hallmark movie, 3 Hallmark movies, and shoved them into one book. So just, I mean, it was fun. It was light. But definitely not what I've sort of come to you know, if you're just looking for something super light that's exactly like a Hallmark movie or 3 Hallmark movies shoved into one, this would be one to try. Okay,